There we go. Good evening, everybody. And how are you on this fairly sunny day today? Although there was a bit of a hailstorm earlier on, but that's by the by. So I'll bring the guys in, and then we can get started. So tonight we've got Jamie, who's muted himself because he's just about to get his tea probably, and we've got Mark, the gentleman wood turner, and we've got Dale from Maple Tree Studios, who, as well as keeping me up to date with the chat, or keeping us up to date with the chat, he's going to keep us up to date with whether the launch is going to happen tonight or not. I'll put them back in the background. I am hoping to be using the McNaughton coring system tonight. A couple of things about coring systems. The McNaughton coring system is a huge learning curve, as opposed to the one-way or the woodcut and things like that, but it is more versatile. It comes with a variety of blades. I've got a couple of smaller ones there. The one I'm using tonight, because I'll probably just get one core done tonight, is that one. It also comes with a parting tool as well, a long parting tool as well, and that is the tool post for it. I've got mine. This is a 40mm stem, which fits into the VB, but I've also got an inch stem as well to fit onto the Axminster, and the Axminster has got just enough power to do coring. You need to have a lathe that's got at least 2 horsepower to do coring with, otherwise anything less than that, it's just not powerful enough. Right, so I'll stick you on the other camera and see what we're going to be turning. So there we have it. We've got a nice lump of cherry on there, which I felled in the garden about a fortnight ago. So this is the stump of the cherry. So it's, I don't know if you, you can. It's a sort of 3 crotch piece that we've got. So I'll just get the tool rest. Get the tool rest sorted.
It looks like you're turning a dinosaur through here, Wayne. It's kind of, you can sort of see the 3 toes and kind of the bit you've cut off for the ankle.
Oh yeah. That down.
Just
that up. There we go. Get it switched on. Bit of a knock there, but I'll get rid of that in a minute.
Shall I read out who's lurking?
Yeah, can do.
Out in the chat, we have the decidedly... I'm not going to do this. There's too many of them. Right. Alex Lambie, Andy H., Andy Linelli, Posh Firewood, Green, Barry Wood Creation, Benjamin, Brent Bocoff, Circular Keith by Wood, Clive Rogerson, Copper, Wood Telling, David Vaughan, Rory 60, Doug Miller is being spun round, Douglas Mungham, Eric Winkler, Gerard the French Turner, Harry and Robert at Hodgepodge Woodworks, Ian Leonard, G's Cabin, James Pritchard, John Scarborough, Lawrence Brigida, Malcolm Dennis, some chap from Bude, Peter Corrigan, Robert Dolman, Steve from SK Crass, hi Steve, Steve Ellis, Terry Bartlett, Welsh Terry, Tony Smith, Tyus Stark, Wayne the Wood Jedi, Wood Wizardry by Colin, Wood Turning by Barry, and Zed the Zombie Wood Turner. Welcome everyone, and anyone I've missed, we'll catch up with you guys soon.
Right, the pinned comment at the top of the chat is for Brian's live tomorrow lunchtime. Mark isn't doing a premiere tonight. Didn't get round to get the video done.
So on the chat, you've got GPG-PA and Jennifer Strawton's in.
Good evening.
How you doing? Hi, everyone.
Country Wood Girls in.
Good evening. It's going to take a little while to get rid of the bark on this, because it's about half an inch thick.
Young Harry at Hodgepodge Woodworks, Robert, might be Harry, don't know, is asking a question, Wayne. He asks, what's the diameter and thickness?
All right, okay, hang on. I think it's about 17-inch diameter, I think.
You would get rid of that bark a lot quicker, Wayne, if you turned it out really fast.
Yeah, I know.
Speed your friend, Wayne.
Feature
about,
for
about 7.5 diameter, and I think it's about 6-7 inch deep. Right.
David Oatley's in the chat, as is Adrian Cook. And I think that's all the new faces so far. Out in the chat, you have 86 gorgeous, beautiful, wonderful people with taste watching you.
There we are. I've turned the speed up a bit.
And Will Sterry. Idea Wood Tunning's in.
Neil Gold's in. Neil. Hello.
There's going to be bits flying off this all over the place.
How long ago did you cut that down, Wayne?
2 weeks.
Oh, so it's still obviously wet then.
Oh, yes.
Ben's got a question for you, Wayne.
Yeah.
When doing the string pull, do you thin the Joe Sonia iridescence?
Yes. Around about, what do I do? I start off 80% paint, 20% flow medium, and then go from there.
No, school talk then. Twisted Pete is the question. That VB really needs to be sent to its cleaning service. When is Wayne going to send it to me?
Joe Senior saying hi, Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Right.
Out of curiosity, Wayne, what's your preferred method of treating wood after you've cut it down? Let's stop the cracking.
PVA glue.
Oh, there you go.
You have 90 people watching, Wayne. Folks, if you like what Wayne's doing, or you like the drama of what Wayne's doing, go on. Hit the thumbs up.
There you are. Home-based PVA glue.
Big fan of PVA glue.
play.
Use it for loads of stuff. Stuart and Brilliant's in. Robert Lapsley's in. Brian Howard Tennant's in. Evening, Brian. Douglas Wayne, if that wood is that wet, where are the budgie smugglers?
The budgie's still wearing them.
As in Norwegian blues, the lovely cleaning.
Kind of reminds me of the Dead Parrot sketch.
Yep, every time. Every single time. They're not dead, they're just resting. It's just so often true.
Just to let everybody know, I'm not doing a live next Wednesday night. There's somebody on Conker's Live that I'm wanting to see. So I might do a pop-up some other evening. And there's a link to the Conker's Live in the description for next Wednesday.
Question from John Scarborough. How long did that piece take to dry, Wayne?
It's not dry, it's soaking wet.
It's normally about a year per inch, isn't it? And then add on an extra year.
Yeah, an inch per year and add an inch. Add an inch?
Add an inch?
Had a year.
Yeah,
Add a year.
add a year.
And an inch sounds like a character from certain gentleman's speciality in literature. Spider Sped says, hi all, just watched a YouTube vid on Lava Crackle by SK Crafts. Question, what kind of paint do you use before the crackle effect spray, Wayne?
I use, I don't use a spray. I use Joe Sonia's Crackle Medium. That's what I use.
You have 94 watching, folks. If you like what Wayne's doing, go on, hit that thumbs up. And if you're not already, hit that subscribe button and give that notification bell a ring. At the top of the chat, we have a link to Brian's live tomorrow, lunchtime live tomorrow. That's Brian at Heartwood Tunneling. And why not leave a comment down below under the video telling Wayne what you think or ask him any questions we might miss throughout the video. Throughout the live video? My bottom. Live? Woo! Fred Gilliver's in. He says, evening, Wayne, Earworms, and everyone else. Gav from City Woodworks in too. All hail the Wood Jedi, says Gerald the French Stunner. I'm in a jig building mode at the moment. Could the master post a photo of the jig he showed us on Wood Turning 360 where he uses his Dremel to cut a groove in the goblet?
Which one was that? Right. I know what you're talking about. I'll get to that a bit later on. Somebody remind me.
Right-o.
All right.
Wayne, you've got to show someone the budgie smuggler rig. Oh, sorry. I mean the Katie Cornish Maid's in. Hi, Katie. How are you?
Hello, Katie.
Have you any cakes? I'm sorry, I said that out loud.
Hi, Katie.
Marty Wood Creations in. He says, good evening, Wayne, Jamie, Mark, and the ever wonderful Dale. Oh, I'm a bit worried about that. And everyone else from YouTube land. Rich the Beard 16's in. Evening, Rich.
Hello, Rich. Hi, Rich.
Hi, Rich.
Webfoot Resident Wood Creations in, saying, hi, JP, hi, Mark.
Evening,
We have
David.
100 watching.
David. You don't remember the Only Fools and Horses episode with the budgie?
No.
Huh?
No.
Never watched it.
No. Fools and
That's when
Horses,
they were
Chandelier
decorating Dental's
sketch.
house.
you know. Fools and Horses for me, Chandelier sketch, Falling Through the Bar sketch, and the Batman episode, which was just genius. Absolute genius. Doug Mellor's asking, Mark, did you get your tech issues sorted out?
Yes, thank you. Sorted them out. Finally finished sorting them out today.
Connor Katie's saying, hello, everyone. Hope everyone's good. What wood are you turning, Wayne? Wayne, worry I'm late. Oh, thanks. Good to hear, Mark.
It's cherry. I'm pleased I put my mask on.
Is it a bit soggy? A bit damp?
No, I'm getting battered with lumps of bark.
Travis Manning's asking, what about the chandelier sketch? The chandelier sketch and Only Fools and Horses, where they set themselves up as a cleaning service to lower the chandelier and clean it and get it wrong. I think it's classic. Check it out on YouTube. David Jason and I'm sorry, his name's gone out of my head for the moment. At their best. Nicholas Lyndhurst, at their best. Wrinkle says, just got a call. He has to make a day's drive from Tennessee to Florida, back, and back. So I will miss all the live videos. great thing about them is I think most people will keep them up so you'll be able to catch up in them when you're getting a chance to catch up. Phil Skull Talk is asking, what is Wayne making? A bowl?
He is, yes. He's making a bowl, and he's going to core the inside of it. He hopes.
Young Benjamin saying, I saw someone on Facebook today. I saw someone on Facebook today called Dick Wood. True story. Safe travels, says Eric, and I think we all agree with him. Take it easy, be careful, be safe. Fred Gilliver has a question. Wayne, how big is that lump of cherry?
It's about 17.5 inches diameter by around about 6 to 7 inches deep.
Are these real inches, or should we be getting a special tape measure from SK Crafts?
Nah, they're real.
Splendid. Andrew Rayner, who's in, hi Andrew, is asking, hi Wayne, I probably missed this, but surely being so fresh a wood will just split, I think he means, after you've turned it.
No, it won't, because it'll get covered in shavings and put away for a few months.
Steve Fleming's in. Hi, Steve. Matthew from Wood Creation says this, and I'm going to try and get how I think he intended this to come out. He says, my word, Wayne, that's a big one.
As the actress said to the bishop.
Yes, indeed.
I've still got a bit of bark there that I'm wanting to get rid of. Bring that back round. I'll try and get rid of that before I finish off shaping the outside part here.
Rex B's in. Hi all. Was bush hogging Brian's? My apologies to Sir Woodturner. I'm confused, but that's very good, Rex. Jolly good. Brian says he's back in a couple of minutes. He's relocating from the workshop to the house. Harry or Robert at Hodgepodge Woodworks is asking a question. If this weren't alive, how many times would you typically sharpen your bowl gouge or swap to a sharp one, roughing the outside of this size of bowl?
Right, I've already swapped from one bowl gouge to another. That's mainly because this one's got a slightly different grind on it, not because it's blunt.
Rich is asking, can he plug tomorrow's Invade, Wayne?
Yeah, carry on, Rich.
Zed's asking, triple crotch is an extremely rare disorder. I can only imagine the chuckling that's going on in Zed's head when he said that. Lewis the Convict Craftsman's in. Evening, Lewis.
There's still some there.
Rex B makes a good point. You have 103 watching, Wayne. Folks, if you like what Wayne's doing, go on, hit that thumbs up. Show the man you really like what he's doing, and tell the YouTube algorithm you like this time for content. Hitting that thumbs up takes what Wayne's doing and helps bring some of that together with other woodtunnels, so your home feed shows the best content you can possibly watch on this. If you also aren't already, please hit that subscribe button, and give that notification bell a bit of a ring. At the top of the chat, We have a link to Brian at Hartwood Turning's live show tomorrow lunchtime. Go check that out. Brian's an awesome guy. Go check out what he's doing. And if you really, really feel minded, why not leave Wayne some comments in the comment section below, and let him know exactly what you think, just in case it gets missed in the chat as it scrolls past. The Yorkshire Gets himself is in. Young Glenn. Evening, Glenn.
Evening, Glenn.
Zed's with me on this one. He says he's hoping to see Starship SN15 launch and land today, but so far Wynn is upstaging them. So I'm kind of cheating, Zed. Don't crack on to anybody, but I've got the ever lovely Wayne and the ever lovely Starship kind of side by side in the monitor, but don't crack on to anyone. If there's any movement, I'll let you know. Okay? Shh, don't tell anyone. The Beard 16 says, bummer, I can't copy a link from my phone. It's the Beard Invades. Beard Invades Wheels Dan tomorrow 9 p.m. Rich, I'll drop a link in a little while, mate. I'll go fish one out for you. Colin Izzard's in, boys and girls. Hello, Colin. How are you? What have you been up to? Why are you late? Tell us now. Go on. Mark at the Garden Workshop says, good evening, everyone. Cornish Maid says, I swear down. Dale reminds me of a TV talk show host, but I can't think who. I would go with Dale Winton. I'm trying really hard to get the accent. You know? Trying really, really hard. Or if I can really put it off, I'd kind of like to be just a tiny bit like Darryl O'Brien. Only, I mean, I've got the head for it, the general mass, not the height, I feel. Or the Irish accent. Or the talent. Someone stop me now before I completely deprecate myself into non-existence. You have 100 watching, Wayne, and 51 likes.
Excellent.
Melanie and Martina from Funhouse, so you know the twins with Pat Sharp and all that sort of stuff. They live near me.
Cool. The twins were quite a moment in my youth, I recall. Ian in the Shed says, I think I could see you doing supermarket sweep, Dale. You know, I think I could too. But the difference would be is whereas Mr. Winton is quite a slender chap, the aisles would have to be specially widened for my ample physique. Woodward's by Colin, not Julian Clary though. Lol. No, I can't quite knock off the Julian emphasis. You know, he said Katie's going for it. She can't figure out who it is. There you go. Go for it. Go for it, Katie. I'm dying to know now. We're taking bets. Who do you think Katie means? Go on. Let's get some things in the chat. Who is it you guys think I remind you of from a TV host perspective? I would go. What about Larry Grayson? How's that? Does that sound like Larry Grayson? Question from
Don't
Adrian
worry about
Olsen
that noise.
Woodturning.
Grot bags.
Has Grot Bags works? Has anyone any experience of turning eucalyptus? I've just had a 70-foot tree felled and have retained a large amount of material for turning. Any tips on how to process it would be welcome.
Get it sealed as soon as possible. It'll crack while you look at it. The Yorkshire Get reckons I sound like Dick Emery. Do you know what? That works for me.
Douglas Mungham reckons Katie thinks I sound like Dick Strawbridge. You know, that'd be an extreme compliment if she did. But I reckon Mr. Strawbridge is a little more cultured. Hodgepodge reckons Drew Carey. I have no idea who that is. Zombie Woodtower says that they avoid the end grain, Adrian. It's really catchy.
Jim Bowen.
Jim Bowen, yeah. I don't think I'm flat enough in terms of delivery for Jim. Jim's quite flat, you know. And you could have won, here's what you could have won. The speedboat they had for 12 years. You have 101 watching, Wayne, and 54 thumbs up. Benjamin reckons Frankie Boyle then changes his mind to Kevin Bridges. Is it the accent you think, Ben, that's kind of stealing your view?
Stephen Fry.
I'm nowhere near cultured or eloquent enough to be Stephen Fry. Les Dawson, Mark. That was who I was trying to think of from Blankety Blank.
I tried.
From Blankety Blank. Thank you, Jamie. I mean, I appreciate where you're coming from.
Who's the other guy that used to go, it's a cracker?
Fred Macaulay? Is this Stuart and Gurley? That'd be Frankie.
Frankie something. Frank Carson.
Frank Carson.
That's him.
Frank Carson was funny. I remember Frank Carson and Tiz was. Andy Leonelli reckons Bob Monkhouse. Zombie's continuing the conversation. He says it's pretty hard. This is in terms of eucalyptus. The grain is beautiful, but it does like to crack. Sounds up nice.
Johnny Vegas.
Johnny Vegas. I could get behind Johnny Vegas. I think, nobody would see me. Robert and Hodgepodge Woodcraft is saying, Adrian, I just turned some bubblegum eucalyptus and it's a bit sappy. Good to have your beds waxed prior to turning. Is that a euphemism, Harry? Max Crawford says, hi guys. Sorry, can't do chat, but watching. Wayne, this has taken you 25 minutes to get this far. Are you feeling okay?
Let's turn the speed up.
Oh, you do, mate. This is the second one.
Oh, I think I must have been watching SpaceX at that point. I'm really so sorry. For those that care, the road is still closed at the launch site in Boca Chica. When Wayne finishes, given that Mark doesn't have a live on, if you don't want to go over and watch Steve Twidell and Rob Sutherland, what you could do is you could go and check out the potential SpaceX launch today of the SN-15. Phil Scotto says I sound exactly like Ken Bruce on Radio 2. That would be a tremendous compliment, Phil. Thank you very much. Ken Bruce is a cultured, talented.
You know what? I didn't actually think about it until now. You actually do.
Really? Good Lord.
Yeah.
Ken. I only remember Ken because he did the voiceover for a commercial we had for a company I worked for once. Christine and Michael Heselton's an evening all. We are here. Hi, Christine. Hi, Michael. Mark at the Gun Woodshop says, hello. Hi, Mark. Excuse me. Come on now, Katie. Who is it? Paul Kavanagh says, is anyone taking bets on where the Chinese rocket will land over the weekend? Ooh, Australia.
Wherever the hell Abraham might want to.
No, it's kind of good on orbit. You can watch it decaying. There's a wonderful website you can go to that tracks all this stuff. Hodgepodge says, if it's like what I turned, if you try to turn it thin, it will dry and distort in a lot of weird ways, giving you an interesting texture. I think we're still talking about the bubblegum here. Bubblegum eucalyptus. So, Ben, what you've kind of got is what my wife refers to as my phone voice. The child of Glasgow and Ayrshire appears quite frequently.
If I put on the phone voice every time everyone put on keeps calling me on my dad's name.
Malcolm.
Yeah.
Malcolm.
Everyone seems to think that I'm him.
Web Resin and Wood Creation says Austin Powers as Fat Bastard. You wouldn't be the first person to say that. I reckon I can just about pull off an Austin Powers trying to be Scottish accent.
What, Shrek?
Particularly when he's trying to do Shrek and he leans down to one of the soldiers and says, "Aye, you in whose army?" Amy in the chat says, "Did anyone see the post from Dan at Taylor's Murfield? At least 5 vendors have pulled out of makers who are still listed as attending on the website, so looking more likely it will be cancelled again." I haven't seen the post specifically, Ian, but I've certainly heard the rumours.
Well, Dan pulled out ages ago.
Yep.
The thing is that with all the social distancing getting binned towards the end of June, Nick is going to have no other option than to put it on.
Yep. Unless he refunds everyone and weighs the cost.
Yeah, but he's going to lose the money that for hiring the hall as well.
Absolutely, and where's the cost?
A guy stuck between a devil and a deep blue sea, really, isn't he?
Yeah,
He is.
Harry at Hodgepodge Woodworks has obviously been talking to Rob and says it's good to pull out at the right time.
Right then.
This has amused Katie with the number of smiley faces.
Part of me thinks Katie's not as innocent as we think.
Just dropped a link into Rich's Invades tomorrow night. Go check it out. You've 103 watching, so folks, if you like what Wayne's doing, go on. Please hit that thumbs up. It tells the YouTube algorithm that you really like this style of content. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and give that notification bell a good old clatter. At the top of the live chat, we have a link to Brian at Hartwood Tunnels live tomorrow, lunchtime at 1 o'clock. So make sure you, as you're leaving, you give that a click and set the reminder tomorrow. For tomorrow.
Stick her on the floor.
Katie thinks that that she's a good girl, Jamie. I think that's a rebuttal. There's a halo and everything. Apparently, she makes fantastic cake, doesn't she, Mark?
Problem is, she thinks that she should know.
Hmm. Good evening, Wayne and Earworm, says One Wood Paul. And Doug Miller at Wood Spun Run says, question. Wayne, do you tend to use recess instead of tanning for coring?
Yeah, I tend to use recess for just about everything.
Barry Fisher's in. He declares, bad girls are better. Katie's asking, Mark's quiet. Is he okay? Kiss, kiss.
Mark's gone.
Oh, is he?
Benjamin's asking, Wayne, you should get some advertisement on the back of your smock. Have you heard of Starbond? Wow, look at this. Katie's saying that's a beast of a lathe, Wayne.
It is. This tool rest doesn't want to come out.
Is that what the beast stands for?
Beast. Very beastie lathe, number 36.
There you go.
Doug Miller has a question. Can you show a close-up of the knife tip before you start?
Yep. It looks like that one.
All right. Okay.
So
Ah.
this is made out of tool steel. And there's a very thin piece of carbide, either soldered or brazed onto the top. Now to try and get this thing set up.
Is this an adapter you put in, Wayne, to change? I mean, because the tool post is fairly substantial in the VP.
Yeah. When I bought this is the newer version of the McNaughton. I forgot to stipulate that I wanted the 40mm for the VB, and he sent it with the inch post for the Axminster.
Mm-hmm.
So I got back onto them, and they actually sent me the 40mm adapter.
Cool. A couple of questions out there now, kind of flowed past. Copper R. Wiltonen says, I've been playing around with using tenons. I've done a few that way now. I really like using a mortise. Just seems to be the more likely to run true with a mortise. Twisted Pete says, see, that tool rest needs cleaning. Ever hopeful. Douglas Miller, thank you. Mine is chipped. I need to straighten it out. Lewis says, I have that system and never mastered it. It's going to be great. Harry or Robert at Hodgepodge Woodcraft says, I think he's just waiting for the tool cleaner to come pick it up. Katie says, okay, serious question. What's the difference between carbide and titanium?
I'll have to pass on that one.
I am not saying a word. Except carbide's better.
Well, for a start, titanium is more expensive. Carbide, in many respects, is an artificial material, whereas titanium is a pure metal. Titanium is arguably the hardest natural metal in the world, whereas carbide is a heavily carbon-impregnated metal or material, which contains lots and lots and lots of tiny, 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 tiny bits of carbon, which are frequently can be man-made diamonds, etc. Can also be placed into the carbide material. But fundamentally, its molecular structure is quite ordered, quite dense, and there's a lot of carbon in it. Hence, carbide.
Let's bring the center up.
Doug Miller is requesting, isn't that backwards?
How do you mean backwards?
Lionel's
Not
in.
forward.
Even
Not
Lionel?
forward. Doesn't look like it. I don't think so.
Right, I might have to take that Benison adapter off. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me.
What was I going to? Folks, while we're waiting for Wayne to make this fascinating contraption, which he's deeply familiar with, work, why not hit that thumbs up? And if you aren't already, give that subscribe button a bit of a ring and give that notification bell a bit of a ding-a-ling. John Foster's in, says, evening, Wayne and crew.
Good evening.
Douglas is reckoning the blade is in the holder is backwards.
The blade in the holder is backwards. How's the blade in the holder backwards?
And this is just what he says.
Okay. I'll go with that.
Wayne, you're doing it wrong, mate.
I'm doing it wrong. All these years.
Yeah, you should have stuck the spell store in.
Huh?
You should have stuck to scroll saw in.
Robert and Harry with Hodgepodge is saying, I think Doug means the tool should have the black brace behind the pins.
Should it? I've never seen it work like that before. I've got to say. Nah.
$110 watching, Wayne.
Right, I'm going to turn the speed down on this to start off with.
So officially, for anyone interested in the SpaceX launch, I know Wayne likes to hear, the pad is now officially clear. So may fortune favour the foolish.
They must have had their own little brushy.
They've got their own little brushy, and I feel that there's two things here. We're going to give this a go. Good luck, Wayne.
Cheers.
Keith from Circular Wood says the bridge piece should be behind the pins.
Should it? Okay.
The brace prevents catches, says young Robert.
So as I was saying, Wayne, I've got a spare scroll saw here for you.
Jamie, do us a favour. Look, I did say it's been about 7 years since I used this.
Really? No.
We will get there. It'll end up exploding anyway.
Yes, it's got a number of spectacular cracks. You know, this may be interesting. What will go first flying? The spaceship or the blank?
Good call.
114 watching.
Hit that super chat button and we'll take your bets.
Right.
So we're going to do a competition here. You can receive one of the pieces if you can tell us how many pieces this blank will explode into as we go through this. Not how many cores Wayne will get, how many pieces it will explode into. You know, and you can't say one. Katie says, "Why would you watch space rubbish?" I think we'll leave that there. Douglas Mungham's got a game for this one. Wayne, he says 3. JP Woodworks put in £2 super chat. He says 3. Ooh, competition. Steve Fleming is suggesting 20.
Oh, get out. This is why you bring the tail stock up.
That's why you go faster.
So Paul reckons 3, Paul Kerrigan reckons 12. I think it's going to stay intact. Martin Woodcrest is asking specific questions. Are we talking about pieces of SM15 or the piece of wood that's on the VB36? Well, I suppose we could go with both, but really in this particular case, we mean VB36. All faith in whale, no explosions, says Terry Bartlett. Mark at Garden Workshop says this is looking scary. Wood Wizardry by Collins with me on this one, 0. Good one, Paul is suggesting you should duck, Wayne. Benjamin says he's an ambulance at the ready. Keep going, buddy. Gerard says, being a Jedi, nothing wrong will happen as he has the Force with him. John Forster might surprise us and stay in one piece. Not sure about Wayne, though. Steve Ellis is reaching for his trend man. His cabin records 2 pieces. You have 114 watching, sir.
I've just got to find a small Allen key.
You can rename his channel to Everyday Woodturner.
Has somebody not already done that?
I think so. Maybe.
You need time to cut around a little bit.
There you go. Mark's laptop crashed.
Oh, right.
Is that in the chat?
I'm getting a lot of catches on this, probably because of all of the inclusions that I've got here.
Scopar says, how does Wayne set the belts on the VB to slip if it catches on purpose? Gerard the French says, I've seen Tactile doing this, but with another system. The Paul Howard system, he thinks.
There are various systems out there. Glenn's got the woodcut system. They are a lot easier to use. The one-way system, the woodcut system, they're a hell of a lot easier to use.
I've got a number 1 hollower, but it leaves everything in shavings.
I still haven't got it just at the right height here. It's a bit on the low side.
So how many bowls do you reckon you'd be able to get out of that piece? Just to 2, Wayne?
Right. With practice, I mean, I've got another piece sitting outside. I'll probably be able to get, I would think, once I get used to using this again, I should be able to get at least 3. I'll probably only get 2 out of this because it's the first time I've used it in a hell of a long time, but...
Could we use that on that bowl that we done up at Glenn's?
We probably could have done. I don't know if he's, well, has he got, I don't know if he's got that set up for the VB or not.
Gerard says, yes, that's the one, the woodcut system. Post Colto says, Paul Howard doesn't make one. Woodcut, McNaughton or one way. Steve Fleming reckons a lot of people have turned them blue in. Gerard says he pushes a blade that sits on a jig. No handle like the one Wayne's using.
Yeah, the jig sits, I think it sits in the tool post, but obviously you bring up the tail stock the same as I've done. It's a lot easier to use, but you tend just to get hemispheres out of it.
Folks, if you're enjoying the suspense and you really like what Wayne's doing, go on, hit that thumbs up. And if you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. At the top of the chat, we have a link today for Brian at Hartwood Tunneling's Lunchtime Live tomorrow, so make sure you check that out. If you'd like to leave away a comment, please do so in the comment piece below. Wayne loves to hear from you guys, and we want to make sure he responds to every one of you.
He especially loves it when you go, "You're joking, man."
You're joking, man. Has anybody ever started a project live when they wish they hadn't?
Yep. This alien won't take long, I think, people. Maybe an hour and a half. 3 lives later, we finish her. No.
This is a 2-part live, all in one.
But,
Are you enjoying this?
Yep.
I'm sitting here watching, wondering how you're controlling. I mean, I know that thing's got the clamp to hold it down, but I'm wondering how you're managing to control that, because I imagine that's quite bitey.
It is quite bitey, but the handle I've got on this is yon length.
Yon length. All right,
Yeah.
I'm familiar with yon length. It's just short of is about that.
No bitey, no likey.
Isn't there like, special rods and spears and things, additional, what's the thing, the pike, Scottish pike and all that kind of stuff? That handle's so long, reckons Zed, that you can call this from your living room. Phil's interested to know, more to the point, are you enjoying it, Wayne?
Aye. It's a quick way, well, it is a quick way of getting rid of the middle of the bowl.
You're at 9, you're at 10 to 9, Wayne.
Ah, fine, we'll have this out by 9 o'clock.
Katie's singing, we're halfway there. I can't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter. She says, woohoo, we're halfway there. Yep, that's it. Oh, me, I prefer your version of that to mine. We need a brushy song.
We do need a brushy song. Brushy, brushy, brasty, cleaning up dusty.
Oops.
It's quite bitey, isn't it? You think is it the bowl? You think specifically, because I mean it's quite an exciting structure that the actual wood itself has.
I think so, because I've got all of these. I mean, I've got a great big inclusion here, another one here that it's basically hitting against.
Yeah,
but we'll get there. We'll get there.
I'm impressed it stayed in one piece. And I don't mean that in a negative way. Paul Skolter says you should give you a bowl gouge. It would have done 30 minutes ago. Ian Shed says he's guessing you need lots of torque in the lathe to be able to use this.
Yeah.
Yes. Robert Lashley's inquiring, did you make the tool from your old samurai sword, Wayne?
Oh.
First Quarter suggests around 13 horsepower, Wayne. 3 horsepower.
Don't remember it being as catchy as this the last time I did one. I really don't.
There's a carbide cutters on it, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, other than it catching on the metal itself on the turn.
Again.
Remember, says according to McNaughton, cutter tip on center and handle is held so that the blade is against the brace on the back of the tool holder.
Come on. Right, this is not the way to use the McNaughton system. But I'm going to carry on. Because we're nearly there.
Zombie's feeling some tension. Oh, sorry. Yeah, he's sensing some tension. Sorry. Oh. Stay on target.
Me?
Stay on target.
Have a rant, Wayne. That might cheer you up.
Right, time for a rant.
Go on.
That's it. Done.
Splendid. One of your better rants.
Lasted a little bit longer.
Matt Valentine's then. Wayne is proving how strong the mortar's chucking point can be.
You have to get Drilly out to redeem yourself with the sanding.
No sanding on this. Not tonight.
Zed says, have Mark discuss the pros and cons of CA glue as a finish. Cornish Maid says, you can do it, Wayne. Love heart. Lots of exclamation marks.
I've got a video saying you can use CA glue as a finish.
Have you?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah. It's a maple bowl and ash bowl thing.
Go on, folks. If you want to show some appreciation for what Wayne's doing, hit that thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber already and you want to see how this turns out, give that subscribe button a bit of a tinkle. And that notification bell a bit of a ring. That'll tell the YouTube algorithm you like this kind of content, you like Wayne's content, and you like woodturning content as a whole. So you're doing everyone a favor by hitting that thumbs up. At the top of the chat, we have a link to Brian at Heartwood Turnings live tomorrow lunchtime. Go check him out. And why not, after all the hard work that Wayne spent, why not leave him a comment down below in the comment section of the video so that he can know how you all guys feel, because he doesn't get to read everything going past. Stuart Grulia says, Pete Ravenscroft, when are you going to tell Wayne that he had the jig the right way around after all? Zed saying, I was about to recommend a pry bar, har har. Use the Kentucky Persuader on that monster. Coming up to 9 o'clock, young Wayne. Douglas Miller says, nope, this is the correct position. He used his on Friday. Jake Cabin, okay, it came out in 2 pieces. I'll take the bottom one, thanks.
Oh.
No. There we go. Ta-da!
Ta-da! What time are we at?
You're just at 9 o'clock, sir. Dead
Excellent.
on.
So what you do with this piece is you mount it back on the lathe again, on the faceplate. Put another mortise in the bottom, and then do another core.
Go on then, we've got all night.
No, I'll leave it at that. I'm getting one out of there. I couldn't have gone much thinner, to tell you the truth, at the bottom of there. So that's that.
Possibly everybody the shallowness of the angle. Is that the shallowness of the angle perhaps is causing it to be a bit more bitey, given the inclusion?
It could well be. I could have, because I'm a lot thicker around about here than what I am at the bottom and up here, so I have probably gone in too shallow. Obviously, more practice needed. Let's just put this tail stock out of the way, so I don't keep walking into it.
Does that mean it's a practice piece?
You can have the other bit, Jamie. When you're up at the weekend, you can take that bit home with you to stick on the...
Let's see if we've got enough room in my backpack.
I'm sure there'll be room in the car.
On 2 pieces, I mean, very specifically, the starter says it's going to come out. It's what Peter, it doesn't mean how many bowls we get out of it. It's how many pieces does it break up into. And it hasn't broken up. Good man.
Right then.
Question. Can you remind the Wood Jedi about the jig with the Dremel?
Oh, jig with a Dremel. Let's see if I can find it.
That means you got to dance with a rotary tool.
Hodgepodge reckons, never enjoyed looking at 3 Kochis as much as Wayne's.
I bet Harry told him to say that.
A jig with a rotary tool. A jig with a Dremel, that means you've got to dance with a rotary tool.
Ooh.
Right, so all it is, it's a piece of dowel that fits in the tool post. 2 bits of ply with a hinge on there, and 2 Jubilee clips to hold the Dremel. And that's you can change it, you can turn it in any direction, so that gives you the cut.
Lots of good.
That didn't go as planned.
But it did go. So
still went.
Well done.
Mm-hmm.
Right. What was I going to say? I was going to say this. Right, in the description, like I said earlier on, I'm not going to be doing a live next Wednesday. There's a lass called Kirsty Dalton on the Conkers Live. That's the Chestnut Products YouTube channel next Wednesday. So I'm going to be watching that. So I may well do a pop-up sometime during the week in the evening. I don't know yet because Rich does Mark does a Monday, Rich does a Tuesday. I think Scott's on next Thursday, and Steve will be on next Friday. So I may well jump in somewhere and do something next week during the evening. I'll still be on Monday and Friday. The link to the thing that Kirsty's doing is in the description of this. Anything else? I don't think so. Oh yeah, we've got links into Makers International podcast and
Can I
links
just
into the.
quickly let people know what we're doing this week?
Yep.
So this week we're going to be doing a subject called Tool Evolution or Maker Evolution, but we're going to be having a guest on with us to talk about it, which is James Wright from Wood by Wright. So he's,
right.
if you don't know who he is, he's kind of a hand tool expert. He kind of went. He started off with power tools, but kind of went back. But we kind of want to know why he did that. But we're talking about the evolution from hand tools to power tools at the same time. So
Excellent.
Cool.
So that'll be one not to miss. So that's 9:30 UK time, Sunday evening. Oh, I'm changing the night of my premieres as well, or I might just change the time. I think I'll just change the time. I'll leave it on a Sunday, but I'm going to start putting them out about 6:30 in the evening on a Sunday. 6:30, 7 o'clock, something like that, instead of 9 o'clock.
Cool.
Because the Mike tends to be on live on a Sunday night, and who else is on live on a Sunday?
Occasionally, you get an Emma.
Somebody else, I'm forgetting his bloody name now. Anyway, doesn't matter. So that's us for tonight, guys. So I'm going to love you and leave you and pop in the house and grab a glass of vino, as is my usual.
Splendid.
And maybe some tea as well, because I've been on shop duty today and I'm only just got in the house before to come to the workshop. So I'm going to hit the button and we will say good night. Bye for now, guys.